All right, so we're gonna chat right now and jump into it right away. We gotta stop watching the clickbait stuff. So as you can see right here behind me, the blog TO article that sellers are struggling right now. There's over 20,000 available options in homes in Toronto. This has never been furthest thing from the truth. There are actually 2,278 homes for sale in Toronto. What these stats that you're seeing that are pulled from BlogTO are, they are actually taking the whole Toronto real estate board, which encompasses Caledon, Peel, York Region, the whole of Toronto. We have Vaughan in there as well. You have Milton. So you have to keep in mind when they're putting these articles up, there's nothing close to the truth about what is actually happening. Now, what is actually happening in the market right now, and this is what we're going to dive into a little bit here, is that we are seeing in specific pockets of the GTA, all the way through your Scarboroughs, all the way upwards to Burlington area, certain pockets are actually selling at very competitive rates. Now, there's some low inventory in certain of the high desirable located properties. That's where we are seeing it. And right now, on average in Toronto, you're seeing about a 29% sales to list ratio, which that means now that about 1/3 of the homes that come to the market are selling. Now, some of them in different areas of the market are going over asking. We're seeing in certain central parts of Toronto that we're seeing about 102 to 103% a sales to list ratio, meaning that on average, we're still seeing in certain areas properties are selling over asking with bidding wars. Now, it's not everywhere, it's not common without. The very nice properties that are your top notch, priced super aggressively and very well in specific located neighborhoods are selling, and they're selling really quickly. Now, for the rest of the GTA, where we're really seeing the struggles happen is in the condo market. That is where we are seeing a big difference, as we are seeing about 8,800 condos that are currently just in Toronto on the market for sale. So what does this mean? What does the predictability mean for us moving forward? Well, in the Toronto GTA market right now, we still have a shortage of homes. We have seen now with the immigration rules decreasing here, we are going to start to see that the rental market is starting to slow and ease, which also could mean an influx of investor condos that are going to be coming up for renewal this year in the spring that may be hitting the market because they're not going to be getting the rental rates that they once were 2-3 years ago. We are also seeing right now that there is still the foreign buyers ban in effect until 2027. Now, we don't have a huge foreign buyers buying in Ontario, but we have seen that can affect us given the rates of what's going on in the economy. Given the USD so much higher than the Canadian dollar, you would speculate that there could be an attractive foreign buyer investment plan, knowing that they can come in and buy our real estate basically almost 40% cheaper. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Our rates are still at those above average levels, right? You're still seeing the fixed in the mid fours, the high fours, depending on which mortgage you're going with. Variables are still in the high fours to your low five there. So I don't think you're going to see a major change in the GTA market in terms of the sales price. I just think you're going to see more sales come onto the market with more sales, more active listings. That will naturally increase, per se, the average sales price. Now, do we think we're going to see a major increase in the price this year? I'm speculative of it. I am optimistic. I do think you're going to see about a 3 to 5% increase by the end of the year if we're looking from January to January by the time we hit 2026 there. But do I think there's going to be a crazy market that's going to just explode again like we once saw? I don't think so. I think we have a couple of years of recovery for that. That's still going to go in. Now, it's going to be very interesting this year. And this is what I'm very curious to know what you guys think about this. Leave it in the comments below. What is going to happen? We have the elections that are going on from a provincial standpoint in Ontario that are talking about land transfer rules, getting rid of it. We've already seen the amortization for first-time buyers go up about 30%. So it's going to be very interesting to see if that market can then get into the affordability levers and hopefully free up some condo inventory, which would then again start to push the pricing a little bit. But I think we have a lot of inventory right now that needs to be sold. So with the growing inventory that's going to keep coming on the market with all the renewals this year, I think it's going to be an interesting year for that. I do think the condo market right now, there is opportunity to get into the market, and you're pretty much playing for 2028, 2029, as we have seen a lot of the condo shorts and the starts slow down. I think that's going to take some time for inventory to flow out. In terms of the housing market, you're still going to be very competitive in your neighborhoods and your areas. Again, it's going to come down to affordability. The sellers who have made their money on their property they're currently in that are looking to make that upsize, I still believe you have the biggest opportunity right now of growth as you are still buying at a pretty stable market. Your mortgage that you're going to be taking on is going to be a lot less than, let's say, if the market does do a 15-10% jump over the next 2 years. So something to consider if you've been in there and you've been making those payments. And again, it's going to come down to what you're looking for. I always say right now, you have your opportunities. Once the rates do start to get and you start to see the fixed rates below that 4%, that 10-year average, I think that's when you're going to really start to see the market pick up. Love to hear your feedback on it. If you're thinking of selling or buying, hit the link below and we can set up a call to get you going.